The price of foolishness and the reward of wisdom. The warning of a father in the city of Gibeon. There lived a young man named Reuben. He was ambitious and full of dreams, but often made reckless decisions. His father, Elder Jairus, was a wise man who had seen many fall due to foolishness. One evening, as they sat outside their home, Elder Jairus spoke to his son. "My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth." Reuben frowned. "Father, what do you mean?" Jairus explained. "Be careful about making promises, especially when money is involved. If you have made a foolish pledge, humble yourself and free yourself quickly." Reuben nodded but did not take his father's words seriously. The sluggard and the ant Reuben was also lazy. While others worked hard, he often wasted time, assuming that wealth would come his father warned him, again, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise." Reuben ignored him. Instead of working, he spent his days in the marketplace, chatting with friends and making careless deals. His father's words rang in his ears. "Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that..." But Reuben laughed it off. The foolish pledge. One day, Reuben met a merchant named Dathan, who offered him a deal. "Lend me money," Dathan said, "and I will repay you double in a month." Without thinking, Reuben agreed. He signed as surety for the debt, putting himself at great risk. Days turned into weeks, and when the time came for repayment, Dathan vanished. Reuben was left to pay the full debt, but he had no money. The path of wickedness. Desperate, Reuben turned to a group of corrupt men who promised to help him. "Come with us," they said. "We know a way to make money quickly." But these were men of violence and deceit. They planned to rob a wealthy trader passing through the city. As Reuben hesitated, he remembered another warning from his father. "A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord." Yet greed and desperation clouded his judgment, and he joined them. The consequences of sin that night. The men attempted their crime, but they were caught. Guards surrounded them, and in the chaos, Reuben was arrested. Sitting in a dark prison, he wept as his father's words echoed in his heart. "These 6 things doth the Lord hate. 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood." Reuben had chosen the path of the wicked, and now he faced the consequences. The snare of immorality. While in prison, Reuben met another prisoner who had been caught because of adultery. The man sobbed, saying, "I was once rich, but I was trapped by a woman who was not my wife." Again, Reuben recalled his father's warning. "Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burned? So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent." The man was now facing death, all because of lust and foolish choices. The path to redemption. When Reuben was finally released, he ran to his father's house and fell to his knees. "Father, I was a fool. I ignored your wisdom, and I have lost everything." Elder Jairus embraced him. "My son, wisdom was always calling you, but you refused to listen. Now you understand the price of foolishness." Reuben wept. "Teach me again, Father, I want to walk in wisdom." From that day forward, Reuben worked hard, avoided wicked company, and honored his father's teachings. He became a man of wisdom and integrity, and God blessed him once more. Moral lessons from Proverbs 6. Do not make foolish financial promises. Laziness leads to poverty, but diligence brings success. Evil company and wicked schemes lead to destruction. Immorality is a trap that leads to shame and ruin. Listening to wisdom saves a person from regret.